Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Voice. We got what we talk about in the building, and as always, this show is sponsored by Allcrete Concrete Placement. Make sure you're hitting them up on Facebook. You can look them up on Google. They got a great presence on there. If you need anything to do with concrete, trust me, ladies and gentlemen, if you are in the tri-state area, you want to contact Allcrete. Great people, run by a great family. I know Ernie personally. He's got a lot of experience doing this stuff, so make sure you're hitting him up. And then you see on the screen, we got House of Barbers is another sponsor of the What We Talking About podcast every Tuesday, 7 p.m. House of Barbers, right there, up by Maris, Route 9. My boy Sal, he's got his own shop. He's been doing hair forever, and now he's just venturing out on his own. He had a big family business for a long time, and now he's ventured out on his own. He's got his own shops, House of Barbers. So you hit them up on Instagram right now, House of Barbers HV, like Hudson Valley, and go ahead and set up your appointments. He'll get you all the info that you need. So make sure you're doing that. So shout out to the sponsors that we got around here. Great individuals, Allcrete Concrete Placement, and House of Barbers, man. You already know. Shout out to the sponsors. We appreciate them. And we about to get on with the show. Can't have a show without an intro, though.
It's finally TV, but you don't need cable or sling to see me. Black on his soapbox, Gabe in his bag. Let out some real black ink, load the 9 with the mag. First take, the last take, we can juggle the top. Like a barber with the clips, the way we talk in the shop. And since life is like a movie, we gon' stick to the plot. That's why we sponsored by the brand and scrape the white off the top. Get it? That means we dope. So I'm money my brothers and sisters to stay woke. And we gon' lace the product with facts and straight jokes. The voice of the valley is here to spread hope. Supports a steep slope. They gon' have to let me cook. I don't know how to stop. From the culture to the music, anything else hot. Catch us every Tuesday once you step in the house. Cause all they really wanna know, what we talking about. I'm out.
Oh, and here we go. Another episode of What We Talking About. Yeah, and just like that, intro plays, blackout appears, Gabe's on the screen, you're hearing the name, you already know what it is, and if you don't know, you're going to want to know. Get next to me. What We Talking About podcast every Tuesday, 7 p.m., co-hosted by myself, Gabriel, and King Blackout, who just blacked out with a C. Understand what I say here when we speak. What's going on, people? Happy to be alive. Happy to be back with y'all for another edition, man. It just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling, and it's getting fun, man. It's getting hot outside. Got to talk about that a little bit. Damn, man, it's hot outside. Make sure you hit that like, hit that share. Make sure people know you up in here. Always super helpful. You already know. So welcome to everybody. I hope you've been having a decent Monday, Tuesday so far. If that's your work week, you know, that's kind of me. I have one of those jobs where I messed around and I didn't get a job that closes. You know what I'm saying? Like, my wife is so smart. Shout out to Angie, super producer Big Ange. She's very smart. You know, she got into an occupation that actually closes. You know, it has a start and end time. You know, they don't want to know nothing about working on no Sunday. You know, I made a mistake getting into I got into hospitality, you know, and it just doesn't close, man. The thing just doesn't close, and it's annoying. So shout out to everybody. It looks like Blackout's destroying the studio right quick.
Destroying it.
So that's why, yo, hit the like, hit the share, make a comment. Let me know you up in here. We gotta get the comments up over 100 again. We were doing so good for a long while with a bunch of comments in there, and we was touching like 150. We was touching 160 with the comments per show, and it's been dipping down, and I'm not sure why. Like, I feel like the conversation is good too. Like, I'm going back and forth with y'all, but let me know, man. Say what's up in them comments. Let me hear what you got to say. Even if you're just saying hello, give me the shout. Make sure I know you're there. Remember, I can't tell who comes in here. It's not like Instagram. Yo, Mr. Catchback in the building. You already know what it is when he in the building. We got to talk about in the studio with the Rec Boys every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Make sure you're tapping in with them. What up, Monster? My boy, I gotta see Monsoon, man. I'm gonna have to see him. Fantasy football time's coming up, yo. I don't know how many of y'all into that, but it's coming, and we got the draft coming at the end of the month. So 100% I'm gonna see him, but I would like to see Mons before that. Let's get together. Mons stood up. But the Rec Boys in the studio, the Rec Boys every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Yo, Zach, what's good, man? Thank you for joining, man. I appreciate tapping and saying what's up, man. You're gonna help me get that the message counter. I can't believe I looked at the message count and it was low, and I'm like, how's it low? I feel like we're going back and forth with the supporters every time, but evidently we've been slacking somehow, some way. So let's get the messages up. Let's start talking, chatting, doing our thing. Oh, look, he's done being King Kong in the building. What's up, man? You done destroying stuff? You good?
Nah.
I see you put the phone back on the mic. You back on that time?
My bad, bro. Let's keep it nasty. Let's go. Let's keep it raw. You don't need no phone. You know what I mean? You need protection. Raw and uncut. You heard?
Yo, we got shot in building the other half of the Rec Boys tomorrow. Make sure 7 p.m. in the studio. You already know what it is. Man, listen, I was talking about different things in the intro, and just hoping everybody had a decent Monday, Tuesday. And I always ask you when we come on air, how's your week been since we last spoke?
Errol Spence got his ass whooped.
Man,
that boy got fucking brutalized. That's how my week went.
So we're gonna jump right into that part, because I had that was like in the middle of the show.
That boy got his ass whooped.
Listen,
he need to retire.
Listen, did I not try to tell you?
Nah, listen, bro. I ain't know he was having. He had a few fights since that car crash. I thought he was all right. But man, I think that boy Crawford hit his ass one time. Nigga had a flashback.
Yeah.
No funny, just
yeah.
He was done. He was done. I ain't seen somebody get beat that bad since.
Okay. So to me, it sounds like you're still holding back on giving the full credit to Bud, that he is that dude when it comes to boxing, that he made really good boxers look super ordinary, and everybody kept saying he wasn't fighting nobody.
What's up, y'all? We're gonna get to the real show. Gabe likes to talk boxing. It don't matter. He still ain't beat nobody. Earl, he ain't fight Earl in his prime because Earl is all beat up now. Go talk that shit to Canelo. He beat Canelo. I give Bud some respect.
Canelo's like 20 pounds heavier. What are you talking about?
Hold up. But according to Crawford walks around bigger than what he is when he's shooting at 147. He's bigger than that naturally.
He said he could get to 154 no problem.
Yeah.
And
they talking about doing a rematch at 154. So I mean, Canelo's at what, 167?
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, whatever. They'll do a catch weight. They'll do a catch weight 160. Do a catch weight 160.
I don't know. All I know is that one of these days you're gonna have to give it up to him, and I'm gonna say it now. And this show's recorded. Crawford, he is the truth. I don't know what that other kid was talking about, but he the truth.
Boy ass. I'm sorry. That happened, yo. The first round, so I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be a good fight." I was amped. It's gonna be a good fight, boy. When he knocked that nigga on his ass, I feel like Earl light flashed before his eyes. He's like, "Oh shit, this nigga really not playing with me."
Yeah. And what's interesting, Black, is that first knockdown was really just I'm about to outbox you. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't like a hook or a power shot. He basically just caught him off balance. It was like, "Oh, I see you, pow," and he just knocked him over. What up, D-Hop?
Shout out to Bud. He got that done. I was talking shit last week because he had the paper belt, and he really did have the paper belt. but he went and he took the real belts. So I respect that.
He took all of them.
Yeah, he took them all.
And watch him vacate it just to move up and take those 4 too. That might be his next move. He might vacate these 4 and go ahead and go get the next 4. He would do something like that.
He might try. It's some niggas that hit.
Yeah, I don't think he cares. I don't think he cares. I don't think he cares. I think I could see why the comparisons start coming out and they start talking about Floyd because of the undefeated records.
He ain't Floyd.
And like the ring IQ that they both have, but still I think it's a little premature for that. You know what I'm saying? Even though Mayweather, nobody wants to talk about it, but he did fight some of the greats like after the fact type.
It was all washed.
You know what I'm saying? So like
the only thing he fought that was still was Zab. Everybody else was washed by the time he got to him.
Not Canelo. He fought Canelo.
Hold up. Canelo was a baby. I'm sorry. You're right. Everybody was washed except Canelo, who was a baby.
Pacquiao was still doing his thing in the first fight.
Pacquiao was wild. He was 40-something years old already, bro.
No, I know, but he was still knocking other people out though.
He's knocking out nobody. Like, stop it.
Canelo was 5 years old. What's up, Rock?
He fought all the big names when they was done, and he caught Canelo when he was 22. So like whatever that's worth, it was worth, I guess. Could he beat prime Canelo? I don't think so. That nigga, he do damage, bro. But I'm off boxing because like this ain't a boxing show.
It's all right. What we talking about?
Canelo was 5 years old. Exactly. Canelo was a baby. He ain't know nothing.
Listen, big fan of that. I don't think I need to see a rematch of that. I want to see the next joint though.
Too bad because we're gonna see it.
I know.
That rematch clause. So
he said, "Yo, we're gonna take the big fish. We're gonna fillet him up. We're gonna throw a party."
Listen, if he gets some get back though, that's just good for boxing. It's good for business.
Yeah, that would be very...
lost, to me, seems like he got hit and something came loose because he shouldn't have been outclassed that handily. Like Errol Spence is not chump. He's not a chump. He's not some pansy. Like he beat niggas up. So like, I'm not trying to make no excuses. Bud like beat the brakes off that man. But I feel like he must have hit him and something came loose or something happened because that ain't Errol Spence I saw in that ring. That is not him.
The one thing I'll say is that Bud was saying before the fight, and it was a very interesting thing that he pointed out. He was like, everybody will watch the tapes and they'll all say what they have to say about when they're watching it on tape. Or like, look, he just switched up. Oh, look, now he's going straight up. Now he's going orthodox. Now it's this, right? He's like, it's always 100% different when you in there with it and I'm actually doing it to you, and he really
he's that much better than Errol Spence.
Yes.
I'll be honestly, you think he's that much better than Errol Spence?
Yeah.
Earl blank him for 9-1 and beat his ass.
I gave Spence the first round.
Right, but you know what I'm saying. You think he's that much better?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Because
Spence, I don't want to do the boxing shit too long, bro. It's not a boxing show, but I hear you.
I know, but I just want to say that Spence was never known for his boxing IQ and prowess. You know what I'm saying? He's known for his power and moving forward and doing it that way. You know what I'm saying? Walking you down. Anyway, all right. So as we move along, a little teaser on this is we have to talk about Tupac and whether or not he gets jumped into tier 1. He's currently in tier 2 on the top 50. That's a little teaser for a little bit later. We're going to get into the top 50 talk like we always do. But yeah, man, Black. So that's how your week was. I hear you on that. For me,
I also invited you outside, and you basically said "fuck me." So I was like, "All right, bet."
That's not true. I actually would.
Outside.
What? Let me ask the audience. Let me see who. Fuck Tupac. I said it.
Here we go.
He's superior. He is. All right, Rock's in here. D Hop. I think Shad's still in here. What do y'all think about like getting invited somewhere last minute?
What about period? What about period? What about somebody invites you out 5 different times, 5 different ways?
So no, I'm talking
last
about
minute, 2 days notice, 4 months notice. You've gotten all kind of invites, have you not? Have they not run the gamut?
I've gotten a lot of day of what you're doing right now type of invites. Let's be clear. You do that to
That's the only kind of invite you've gotten. That's what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying that's the only. I'm saying that I have gotten a fair share of those.
Okay.
No, but this really is not really aimed at you, but you sparked it.
No, go ahead, bro. Do your thing.
So what is it? Invite is an invite.
Invite is an invite. The fact that somebody thought about your ass
last minute, I can't do it.
Should be respectable. Rock, it depends on what you consider last minute. Like, if it's 9 o'clock in the morning, but I say, yo, Rock, what time you get off work? You be like 5. I'm like, all right, bet. Meet me at 8 p.m. That's 12 hours later, right? That's last minute to you, or is that just the same day? Because that's not that weird for people to be like, yo, in the middle of the day, after work, let's go have drinks. Oh, all right, bet. Like, that's not a weird thing to invite somebody the same day. I'm not asking you to hop on a flight or to travel 40 miles outside your home. I'm just saying, like, wherever you at right now, I'll be there in 10. Let's go outside down the street.
Yeah, that's different.
That's not weird. That's pretty normal.
But nobody said that was weird.
No, I mean, I'm talking about to Rock's point. Well, last minute. Depends what you mean by last minute. Yeah, you might, Rock, you might have shit going on. That's respectable. Everybody got something going on every day, whether it's just breathing or eating dinner. Like, you got something going on. You can't have a relationship, whether it's with a woman, with a partner or a friendship, if you don't make time for that, right or wrong. Facts. So no matter how you look at it, you got to make time for that. That means sometimes, like, yo, you know what? My plan was to go out and fucking shoot ducks today. But it's the 18th time my man said, yo, come pop out with me. I'm going to go pop out with my mans. All I'm saying is that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You see what Rocky's saying? I want you to read Rock's comment. That last one, please.
Like, it sounds like the person doesn't want to hang out with you. That's all. That's not, but it's not that either. It's just ill timing. That's all. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about things that are happening. You're telling me in the afternoon about things that are happening in the evening. And I already have something I have to do where I'm going to be tied up doing a live. I can't sit there and do a live on location like that. You know what I'm saying?
Hold up, Gabe. I was on vacation and did a live while on vacation. In the lobby of a hotel. What are you talking about, bro?
What are you talking about? I'm talking about having a conversation, like a real conversation.
We had an hour and a half conversation on my vacation in a hotel lobby.
Trash. Well, what are you saying though? I'm talking about.
You said you can't do it. I'm saying we can't do it. We did a live show just like that.
Yeah, but I want to be on. Yeah, but when do I use IG on cell data though? When do I do that? When do I do
these IG and sell? All right, Gabe, you got it.
Come on, you know that.
That's the point, bro. I'm done.
No,
Rocky,
there's no point. You're the one that brought that up.
He's exactly, yo, Rocky. You made the point. I made my point too. At a certain point, you just say, "This ain't a friendship, bro." You know what I mean? You don't even like me. That's cool. You know what I mean? You just take it mad personal. Go ahead, Gabe. Say what you got to say.
I don't have anything to say. Pee Wee dead at 70. What you think about that?
Shout out Pee Wee from P-Scale.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, P-Scale.
Hudson Valley. And fuck cancer to everyone around the world. And you know, this show, hold on, let me bring this up.
Wasn't he getting hand jobs in the movie theater though? Like, wasn't that him?
He was doing it himself. Giving himself.
Gave himself a handy. All right. Yeah. Shout out Pee Wee though.
Shout out WAP the Music, Culture Shock Radio, Cuzzo FM, and the Tattoo Shop Radio, all powered by Zeno.fm. Shout out to the Village Global Network, bringing this to you to 133 different countries every Tuesday, 12 p.m. We rocking out. So shout out to everybody listening across the world. I don't mean to make light of it, man. R.I.P. to Pee Wee, Paul Rubens. I know. You know, he was just part of my childhood. I'm just that age where he was just part of my childhood, and always found him funny. I think Pee Wee's Big Adventure is an absolute classic movie. And we go from there, man. R.I.P. to
Didn't
Dad.
Ernest die too? Did Ernest die as well?
I don't know.
Like, to me, those two are synonymous with the type of movies they were making in the 80s.
Yeah, like that slapstick.
Ernest died. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I know he went to jail and he went to camp and he did Halloween. Did Ernest die yet?
I don't know, but he's great.
Rock said he been dead.
He been dead? Oh. R.I.P. Ernest. Okay. The Playhouse was cool, but creepy too. Can't deny his creativity. Nah, not at all. Not at all. Yeah, he been dead. Okay, yeah. They are of the same ilk when it came to comedy. It was almost like, and it was like clean. Like they were able to do it in like a clean. It was like innuendos and all that, but like it was like clean. It was interesting. Right. Shout out to them. How about trying to go perform your music and getting shit thrown at you now on stage, regardless of how big of an artist you are? How about that? You peep Cardi B?
Are you talking about artists throwing things at fans? Or about fans throwing things at artists? Because it goes both ways now.
No, I know. I'm talking about the fans setting it off and then Cardi retaliating, throwing her whole mic at somebody's head in the crowd. That's what I'm talking about.
What about the night before where she hit her own DJ in the head with the mic?
Oh,
she just a mic thrower.
I know.
I mean, somebody's feeling entitled. You don't just throw a mic on the Saturday and throw the mic on a Sunday at different people. Somebody in the crowd, and then somebody that you paying to spin records. You just hit everybody with mics. You are a habitual mic thrower. That means that ain't the first time you've done that. You've done that 50 other times. That's what that means to me. That's your go-to move immediately. I'm chucking a mic.
She definitely had no hesitation.
None.
There was no. She was like, I got this in my hands. What?
She's a little entitled for that one. You hit me with a mic, I'm hitting back. Like if you're a female, I'm gonna call females to hit you back.
They the person pressed charges, or they want to press charges, I should say.
Yeah, do what you gotta do. Somebody said I was frozen. Am I frozen? Because I'm moving my screen.
Yeah, let me move you out and put you back in. Yeah, Black, you might want to hop out and just hop right back in.
All right.
He gonna hop right out and hop back in. Yo, so that's an interesting take. Well, here's Black.
Yeah,
it's interesting. Yeah. My thing is the opposite way though, Black, and I gotta speak from this perspective since you're taking that one. But like, what is up with these people and throwing things at people on stage that they paid money to go see? Like, what is that? It's just an attention thing, right? That's all that is.
No, that's always been a thing, bro. In 1996, we was booing niggas off the stage at the Apollo. In 1940, they was throwing fucking apples and orange and tomatoes at people doing mime activities. Like, don't act like this is brand new because we got cameras on our phones. If you are a performer, and I'm not saying it makes it okay, I'm saying like if you're a performer, niggas been getting hit in the face with shit for 100 years.
Tomatoes. What up, Jay Roy?
You know what I'm saying? So like you can't act like this don't come with the territory. I'm not saying it's cool. I'm saying this is what it is. Drake getting hit with shit happens to be a brawl, but he getting shit thrown at him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, throwing panties. Throwing clothes on stage is different, though. I mean, I feel like they're getting like attacked, though. Like, why are they throwing?
Got hit with some ice chips. You know what I mean? I seen people get hit with like. Didn't Lil Uzi Vert get hit with a Nike Air Max or some shit, or he caught it?
Sneaker. Yeah.
So like, this ain't a phenomenon. Just niggas got phones. Everybody got camera phones. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's news. But you've been getting hit on stage for 100 years. So stop bitching. Like.
I guess it's just weird to me. People are weird out here, bro.
How is that weird? Yo,
why are you throwing something though? But I've never went to a concert and felt compelled to throw something at you.
If you feel like the artist that you're paying your hard-earned money to see is doing you a disservice, I'm not saying you have to react by throwing shit, but I'm saying that has been a universal way to show displeasure with something. Like you lip singing, you not dancing, you sound horrible. This shit it's fucked up. You've been 2 hours late. Like motherfuckers have gotten hit with a lot of shit for different reasons. Like why you late, Travis Scott, to your own show? I'm booing, I'm yelling, I'm rioting, I'm moshing out. Like This shit happens. So what I'm saying is like, I don't think it's okay to hit nobody with some shit.
Yeah.
Right. But I might take a tomato and throw it on the stage so it can splat. And you know that I don't like what you just did, bro. Because clearly you're not gonna hear me over a crowd of 20,000 people. And that come with the territory. Jason Tatum was giving an interview about NBA players sitting out games, and he said people be mad full of themselves. Like, you got to remember that what you're doing is a privilege. And just because I'm playing the Charlotte Hornets on NBA TV on a Monday on game 47 of the season doesn't mean that there's not a kid in the crowd, or this is the only game he could get to, the only tickets they could afford, and he paid all that money just to see me play. And I'm doing him a disservice if I sit my ass down for load management. I make millions of dollars just so people can see me play basketball. I need to honor that by being available as much as I can be. There's nothing wrong with holding yourself accountable. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if fans are throwing shit at you, it's probably because they're unhappy with what you're doing. So let's talk about what that thing is. Because they don't just typically hit people that they enjoy. That's what I'm saying. They're not throwing Nikes at you if you're doing a good job.
This wasn't a rain of phones and pens and boxes and shit getting thrown at her. She had to get hit by one of them. This is just one singular person throwing her fucking whole cup and drink at her.
I get it. I'm not saying it's cool. It's kind of corny. You feel me?
It's definitely corny. What up, Sosa?
But I'm not tripping like niggas ain't been throwing shit on stage for 100 years. Like, they just always have done that. So, like, it ain't a new phenomenon. What's new is like artists getting like ballsy and throwing shit back. The person hitting you with a banana got a lot less to lose than you do throwing a microphone at him, Cardi. Like, you got way more to lose. You got to carry yourself a certain kind of way.
That's 100%. That part's 100%, because when you said you know, that's all entitlement, that's why I said that was an interesting take, because it's like it is true. Like, it was almost like she was home fighting her brother, and like he hit her in the back of the head, and she threw like her shoe at him. That was like the reaction. Like, it was just like, what?
Motherfucking instant. Where like, you're not finna haul off and hit nobody like that unless you feel like you entitled.
Right.
Or like they're not able to get to you. You're not finna. A nigga hitting you with some ice or throwing a drink in your face ain't the same as you throwing a hard metal fucking mic at their head 100 miles an hour. It ain't the same, bro.
No, I know. Interesting though. So, yo, let me ask you this, man. Actually, I just had an idea. Maybe I shouldn't do that just yet. Let me do this first. So as of I think it was the middle of the week in this week in between us, I learned this. I don't know if it's 100% true still, but I was happy to see and sad to see that a rapper finally got into the Hot 100 #1 slot. Finally, right? And I was like, oh no, look at this. It's one of our female joints. Perfect. Yo, we in the top 100. Let me go listen to the song. This is not hip hop. This is not it. What was that? Who the hell is BTS? Yo, bro.
Nigga, BTS is the biggest boy group on the planet.
I know.
It just so happens that they had a mulatto person on the track.
Yo, unbelievable, man. I know you still have to count it. I know you still have to count it and all that.
I don't.
What up, Jay? But what's up, Francisco? I would have thrown the mic straight at her forehead too. Okay.
Some of these comments is interesting. Like, yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone. I ain't gonna touch these comments.
What if it was dipped in acid? I didn't see that one.
Then it wouldn't have got thrown because you would have hurt yourself when you were trying to throw it.
That's true. Well, what if it's just the microphone part, the top part, and you just
then you probably go into prison because you have to stop performing and then dip it and then throw it all on camera and you go into jail. So like,
and you might end up hitting the people next to them because it's acid.
Clearly, Cardi don't care. She thinks she got a baseball arm with super aim. Know what I mean? People dumb. People dumb. I say that colloquially, but like, people dumb. The human race we're dumb. We smart as fuck to be dumb, right? Here's what I'm gonna tell you. I ain't gonna let none of you motherfuckers knock me off my pivot. Ain't shit you can do that's gonna interrupt my bag without me making a decision to interrupt my bag. That's all I'm saying. Cardi B throws a mic and actually hits this guy or girl in an eyeball, and she loses an eye. You don't think that changes the optics? That changes the label support? You don't think they're gonna run her for 100 mil? You don't think it's gonna impact her family negatively? Like, that's what you got to lose. That's what you got to lose by reacting that way. I'm not saying it don't piss you off. I'm saying that look at it. Look at it.
You have something to lose, and then the potential it's only a potentially bad thing, but like you could lose future stuff because of that.
Absolutely. Look at John Morant. He's fumbling the bag, and he not even, you know what I mean? Like, because your mans want to post shit on the gram, you fumbling the bag. Like, your mans ain't got nothing to lose.
She gonna win for
got nothing to lose.
She gonna win for protecting herself, but
that's weird. Who win against who? She gonna lose her career.
She right, because like you're and you know, if we're gonna talk that way, you know, it's gotta be apples and apples. I'm throwing a drink, like a cup at you, and then you're throwing a 2-pound mic at me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you're not gonna win in court. That's for damn sure.
It's not the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, has she spit on her? Has she took her water and just sprayed it all? That's different. Then it's kind of like, okay, yeah, I see that. Doja Cat wild out on fans too for talking crazy. We touched on that.
I'm sorry, man. I got the 2 chains based on the true story Yankee had, bro.
Oh, that's dope though.
Yeah, Roy said I had a holographic joint. It's the 2 chains piece.
Yo, while we here on the interruption, yo, can y'all just minimize the video and just hit the like button on the post, please? Facts.
Hit that like right quick.
I just need that real quick because that helps the algorithm with Facebook, and they start putting it out there more. Yeah. That would be dope. Yeah, they doing it. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. A woman posed to correct her, so she defended herself.
Nah, she wasn't. It's levels.
Cardi standing. If we're talking about art of war and we're talking about actual fighting, Black will agree. You always want the upper ground.
Yeah, she got high ground.
She got high ground,
and she got a weapon. And no one considers a drink a weapon. It doesn't matter if you don't like it. It's disrespectful. That's not the same. In the court, in the eyes of the law, that woman who threw, or whoever the fuck threw the drink, that's a simple assault. Cardi throwing a 2-pound mic is actually just assault. They're different. Cardi gonna do 3 to 5. That person with simple assault is gonna get a fine.
It's true though. It's like in everyday life, what Francisco's saying is true. You know what I'm saying? Like everyday life. But when you're her and you're in that position, that's when the different things come into consideration. I don't disagree. I don't disagree with what he's saying, but
in the street, I'm gonna do the same shit. But my name ain't Cardi B, and I'm not in front of 10,000 people doing it. You know what I mean? Exactly. That's exactly my point, Monster. She should have let security handle it.
Yeah, no,
she did that. That's the entitlement part. Oh, I can get this rock off, and you're not gonna rush me on stage and hit back because I got 50-pound goons around me. You know what I mean? Like that's what I mean by entitlement. I'm not being funny. I'm just saying, like,
no, I know.
That's why she felt like she could do that. Because if she was by herself, that reaction wouldn't have been as swift and as quick.
Right.
Because who you hit, they gonna get at you.
Yeah. One thing I want to say to everybody on Facebook land, very unrelated, but when it's your birthday and I get the notification that's your birthday, and then I click on it and I don't have the option of posting it to your timeline, and I can only message you. I just want y'all to know I'm not saying happy birthday to you.
That's crazy. Why can't you post a happy birthday? What does that mean about your friendship with that person on Facebook?
That it's not good. It's not good. and some of it is family. It's crazy out here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Cardi from the X. That's why she did that. I mean, I'm not discounting it, but you know,
no.
Niggas in the club was smacking. Niggas in the club were smacking her ass, her back, yanking her hair, and I doubt that every time she felt somebody, she turned around and hit them. So it ain't even like it's just her DNA. You know what I mean? Like it's just you got self-control.
Yeah. Francisco, what you're saying is not untrue. And we just said that too. In the street, we doing the same exact thing. I'm throwing whatever's in my hand at you, you dummy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've done it. I've had a drink put on me, and my instant reaction was just to dump my whole shit on that person. You know what I mean? Like, I've been there.
Yeah.
But yeah, what you say is true, you know. in the street, 100%. Yo, listen, you mentioned him before, and I was gonna go there. I didn't want to jump into it too early, but like,
talk about it.
Travis Skizot released Utopia on the 28th of July. What do you think? Did you peep it yet?
Of course I did.
Oh, because that's your guy.
Hold up, don't do that.
That's your guy.
Don't do that.
Oh, it's not your guy.
I've been running that shit all weekend.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Right,
so that's your guy?
Chill. Here's my Here's my review of Travis Scott's Utopia.
Okay.
Man, songs 7 through 11 go hard.
Yeah.
And 17 go fire too.
Mm-hmm.
You keep the rest of that.
You're not touting it as the best album of the year?
Fuck no.
It's going around like that.
Listen.
What do y'all think in the comments?
That little run right there, hard. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's
is that
Drake
the
joint?
Eyes On or something like that?
It's the Drake joint. That's Fiend. That's I Know. That's that shit with Beyonce. Like that's Utopia Twins. Like
what about the one with SZA?
That's 17. SZA and Future. Fire.
Yeah.
So give me 7 to 11. Give me 17. And keep the rest of that shit. I'm not even mad at the intro. The intro is cool too, but like 7 through 11, 17. So I guess he like 40% for the album. I fuck with that part of it. That's my review right there. I got those 5 songs in my playlist.
I gave it some burn on my way to and from work in the car, and I can't really critique it all the way and review it all the way, but I can tell you that it does just kind of play. I'll give it that. You know, it kind of just plays. It does seem to heat up. So I see what you're saying about 7 through 11, because I was saying that to myself, like, oh, this is getting like pretty good. You know what I'm saying?
Got a fire stretch right there. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think it did end. It ended pretty dope with the Future joint. Yeah, Travis Scott, man, interesting. People are going crazy over this album. I guess I do hear the the Kanye influence that you know.
Every record Kanye produced, you can tell. If you go look at the notes, you'll see that he did like 6 records. You hear them. Shit sounds like Yeezus, bro.
Yeah,
sounds like Yeezus.
There's a heavy Kanye influence here, which is not a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, sonically, I was appreciating it because it was just I wasn't skipping anything off the rip. I put it in, I let it play. You know, he's got a voice that you can kind of like listen to. You know, he's not too annoying.
No, he's definitely mastered the art of not saying shit, just making noises. Like most of the records is him just ad-libbing. It don't even be verses. It don't be contiguous thoughts. Like that's sparingly. That's the exception, not the rule. This album is ad-libs, and then he'll give you 4 or 8 bars, and then breathe and then repeat himself the same bar 3 times. Like he's mastered that shit of not saying shit.
Meltdown, I think, is the Drake track with Drake. Yeah. So Drake and Pusha, man, doesn't seem like this is gonna die anytime soon. You
listen, that Drake Travis record is super mid compared to what they did last album. Like this, they tried to recapture. It's not the same. It ain't this. They tried. It ain't the same. It's a good record though. It's a good record, but it ain't the same. Bro, my favorite joint of this whole shit is Fiend. That Fiend record, even though Playboy Cardi and Sheck West don't say shit, that Fiend record just go hard. Fiend, that shit just bang in the car. You know what I mean? It's all of when the kids say it's a vibe, I know what they mean now. Like that Fiend shit is just a fucking vibe. You pop a perk and just go to outer space, bro. Fiend, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think to your point, that's what makes it just ride in the car like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I was entertained by it. I haven't given it 2 full listens yet. I've listened to it one way through, and like a little bit more.
It's worth paying attention to. I would say, bro.
Yeah, get that.
It's worth that.
Absolutely. Yeah. I would definitely say that. I read something very interesting. Just kind of doing a little research for the show over the last couple of weeks, or just in casual reading, and I read this article and it caught my attention because the headline was like, would you turn down Puff and Jay-Z? And it's like, what? So I read it, and it was talking about Tyler, the Creator, and that early on, before he did his thing, he was approached by Puff and Jay-Z separately on separate occasions to sign him, and he respectfully turned them both down at the time. Can you imagine, bro, doing your thing and believe, like, if Jay came to you right now, you signing?
Depends.
I'm signing.
See, now that's weird. It depends on what he put in my face.
I'm signing.
You got to remember though, like Tyler had an independent wave movement behind him before these dudes showed up. It's not like they were opening up the door. He was already in. He already had a wave, and his fan base is loyal as fuck. That Lord Kid shit had him popping like a motherfucker. So like, by the time Diddy and Jay pop up, you don't even need them. So it's actually like salute to you for recognizing that your value is greater without them taking part of your bag. He did that shit organically himself. So like, no. Now if you asking if I'm nobody, I ain't shit. I don't got no buzz, no nothing. Whatever they put in front of me, they can take it all because I'll make all my money doing shows. They can take all the music, all that shit. You're gonna get these 3 albums, and then I'm gonna own the rest of my shit because I'm getting out of the deal. But for those 3 albums, take it all. I'm gonna go do my merch. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do my touring, and I'm gonna get popping. Tyler, by the time they found him, it made no sense. Yeah.
Big facts. Jay Arroyo.
Couple horse kitty cast and a hit with no facts. I'm not signing that Diddy deal. That Diddy deal is disgusting, bro. Them upfronts, them 20,000s, them 20 bands. Fuck, I'm gonna do it. I got 20 bands. What am I gonna do with that?
I know.
You know what I mean? Plus some treaches. I'm good.
Is it
clout? I'm good.
let me ask you this. Just out of pure curiosity, as somebody kind of on the outside not knowing, do you know of, or are you aware of, is there ever like what would be like a signing bonus in like sports? Is there that in music where they do give you a check up front, but that is not recoupable by them? No,
that's what every deal is. No one's ever given you bread that wasn't recoupable. So like I think one of the most famous ones was Rick Ross. When there was that bidding war between Def Jam, I want to say it was Atlantic, and like Rockefeller. I might be wrong. It was 3 labels going crazy, and he ended up getting that Millie. Remember that? Like that's completely recoupable. No one gives you money to sign on the dotted line until you're already established. So as an example, Drake's distribution deal with Republic, right? He got 100 M's, right? For 5 albums. And it's like a 50-50 split. I believe half of that was recoupable, which is unique. It's not the norm, but it's Drake. So like whatever the fuck he put out, you're gonna make money off. You see what I'm saying? Like he's the closest thing you got to a guarantee in music.
He's the cash machine for them.
Correct. Yeah. So like there have been a bunch of big artists who've come up to get new deals from new labels. Not a single one of them has approached the success when they made that switch that they had from when they first started and was getting raped, aka NFL running backs. It's the same exact thing. So like I don't know everybody's contract, everybody's business. I've never heard of a contract where it's not recoupable or that they give you bread to sign. That would also be stupid. You wouldn't do that for a new artist. And then secondly, established artists would have more leverage. And there has to be a reason why they're leaving the deal that they're in. If you leave the major that you already have a relationship with, it's probably to go independent, so you're not getting the bag. If you leave and to go from like Sony to Columbia, it's the same label, sorry, from Sony to Warner, there's a reason. You're probably not selling as well. You're probably not getting the bag you used to get. So I'm not giving you nothing up front because you need that.
Copy. I want to say shout out to Senior G. I seen you up in here, bro. What's goody? And that reminds me, thankfully, we got people listening everywhere around the world, and that'll include the stations Wapter Music, Culture Shock Radio, Cuzzo FM, and the Tattoo Shop Radio, all powered by Zeno.fm. Shout out to the
question.
Village Global Network. Let's see, what's the good question?
So Jay said, "What's a good deal?" We always hear about the bad. Realistically, though, what's a good deal? There are good deals, right? So here's a few good deals. When Push signed with Good Music, he got a good deal. He got $150,000 recoupable that he never had to pay back. It's a great deal. Creative control over his project, with the exception of Kanye. So it was just basically whatever he wanted to do, and as long as Kanye said it was cool, he was cool with that. And he got presidency of Good Music. It's a great deal. And that 150 advance was treated like a bonus for him taking the presidency of Good Music. So while it was recoupable technically, he never had to give it back. Great deal. Regular artist deals, ain't no such thing. Ain't nobody brand new got a good deal. They don't make them. That's not a thing. I guess besides Rick Ross, it was French Montana, 2010, when Bad Boy and Def Jam was coming after French. And if you saw his deal, he ended up signing a joint deal with fucking Maybach Music and Bad Boy, and Interscope. He had like 5 niggas in his pockets. And he was still signed to like the independent label that he was on. And they gave him $1 million so he could pay out his deal. And in return of that, he was locked into, I believe, Bad Boy for 2 more, and then he had to pay back Maybach part of that off the first one. So essentially, they gave him an advance, but an advance to free himself from the smaller label he was under. So they gave him $1 million. And the first album, if you look at it, he had to pay off Maybach, so it was released by Maybach Music and Bad Boy and the major label and the independent label. It was a joint venture. And then his next 2 albums, I believe, was Bad Boy / Epic, because he had to pay off the rest of that Bad Boy money. They give him $1 million up front. And I think he owed like $400K to get out of his independent deal, which he did. And the other $600K was for future earnings on his 3 albums. He did that. But that's a great deal, because normally you don't get. Normally, here's what niggas is getting. Like, this is a good deal today. Take this 25 bands, and we're not gonna charge you full price for the studio, and we're not gonna charge you full price for pushing you. We're gonna split that. So we'll eat the pub costs. So if it costs me $500,000 to break your song, I'm gonna eat half of that myself, and you got to recoup the other half out of your money. That's today is a good deal. Take these 25 bands, recoupable, right? But you get it up front, and we're gonna split the pub with you because you got a little song buzzing on the radio right now. You know who got that deal? Designer got a deal like that. So did Block Boy JB. When he had the Look Alive shit buzzing and Dre picked it up, he signed a single deal. They gave him $500,000 and split the pub with him. That's a great deal. It's a great deal. You can't ask for more.
What's an admin deal?
What do you mean admin deal?
I don't know. I guess I'm asking Senior G. He said an admin deal is one of the best. I don't know what that means.
That's right, Moss. Rough Riders did give, not Rough Riders, Def Jam did give X to push out another one because his first one was so crazy. They did dump that money on him. He had to recoup that. He had to pay it back. But they still gave him $1 million after like 3 months, like, nah, do it again.
No, I know, but I'm talking about was it a known thing that someone had gotten like a signing bonus? You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure it's happened, bro. I'm sure it's happened, and it's probably off the table type of shit. I've never seen any of these
publicized.
Yeah, any of these public companies, the big 3, go look. Believe it or not, they contracts. It's public record when it goes over a certain dollar amount. So you only gonna see like 8 artists that get an actual bag. Most of these kids are getting $5 to $10 grand, and those contracts don't have to be publicized. So if you don't see Sheck West and all these other little kids, I don't fucking know. I don't know. Name one of these niggas. Don, the singer. I don't. G Herbo. You don't see none of these niggas deals. That's because their first deal was ass. They got like 5 bands and was told to go get it back on merch and touring. Like that's kind of what it is. Anybody with a big number, it's public record. I don't know the dollar amount exactly, but it's probably like 50K, 100K, something like that. Where If you're a publicly traded company, you have to disclose it for your shareholders' benefit. You'll see it. Go look. You'll find the contracts. I've never seen nobody get no big money and it wasn't recoupable. I've seen it forgiven. I've seen them rolling in like with the Pusha T shit or the Jay-Z shit, like when he went to go be president of Def Jam and he had to pay back that last advance he got for the Black album. I've seen that. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Kanye, people don't maybe remember this, but when they dropped Watch the Throne in 2011, I believe it was 2012, whatever the fuck it was, one of the years, they resurrected the Rockefeller Records label just to release that album. People said that's cool because it's Jay-Z, it's Kanye, it should be a Rockefeller Records kind of release. Nope. Kanye owed Rockefeller another album, right? And he was like, I'm not doing this if I don't get credit. You're going to keep me stuck in this deal for fucking ever. And that's what they ended up doing. That's why the label hadn't had a release in like 7 years. They literally brought it back just so he can fulfill his contractual obligations. Or else he wasn't doing an album. That was the thing.
Senior G says it's a 95-5 split like what 21 Savage had. It's not a distro or publishing 90 to 10, 85-15 in favor of an artist or indie label like Baby or Master P. So an admin deal, you got to do more so you earn more, basically.
He's talking about in the that's not really, I get what he's saying. So that's the administrative deal where they handle like paperwork and back end, but they don't do pub or distro for you. Do that yourself. So like I think that's like finessing the numbers. That's not a real deal. Like, you know what I mean? Like Big Sean has that kind of deal with Rock Nation. He's not a Rockefeller artist, but they handle his legal, they handle his business. They call it management deals, is what they call it, administrative deals. So like Rihanna has a Rock Nation deal, but she's not a Rock Nation artist, as an example. Yeah, those are what he's talking about, but those are not record deals. It's just to say you're affiliated with this company and they do your business for you.
Shout out to super producer Big Angie, always looking out for me. And for me to mention, on Thursday I will be on Tea Time with Bunky. He's gonna sit down with me. We're gonna have a conversation over some tea. You know what I mean?
Matter of fact,
what's up?
Because I'm thinking about it because he said it. One of the most famous administrative deals is Bow Wow with So Def. Bow Wow was actually never signed to So Def. Like he wasn't. They just used that to put his logo on the albums and release them. And they got like 2 or 3 points off of those albums, but it wasn't a So Def release technically. Not they had nothing to do with it. It was Columbia.
Shout out to everybody across the world that might be listening to this on Blaze 'em Up Radio. You know, I tend to forget to mention that, but we are syndicated on that too. Tuesdays, I think at 12 and 12. I think we get played at noon and midnight on Tuesdays on Blaze 'em Up Radio. So shout out to DJ Poppy Blaze for putting us on over there. We appreciate that very much, sir. Cool, man. It's like, you know, sometimes you get curious from the outside, learn a little bit about the business deals and what's going on there. So thanks for some of that explanation. Thank you, Senior G, for that contribution. What's going on, Kimmy? What's going on, Village Global Network in the building? What is good? What is good? So make sure y'all hit that minimize on this video that you're watching right now and hit like on the post. That's what I need you to do, because that's what Facebook wants you to do, so that they can go ahead and push this out to, you know, the people that are actually my friends and liking Finally TV. It's weird. It's weird when you go to boost your post and put some marketing dollars behind your joint, and one of the options is selecting people who follow your page. That's weird. It's weird to me. It's weird behavior. But hey, it's Zuckerman's world out here. So you can have that. Cinch rap, not so musical. I guess it's like MV or some shit. How important do you think your voice is in hip hop? How important do you think you? Yeah, I think it's super important. Yeah. I think super important.
Did you have another thing you want to touch on? Because I just want to. I know you did the Tupac teaser.
Yeah,
but I got a name that we haven't talked about in 6 months. That has to be in this list, and it's probably gonna fuck you up how we oversaw this. This person might even be a tier 1 person, and we haven't even mentioned them.
I was going to conclude this just by saying, shout out to the sponsors. You already know what I do. I got to shout out House of Barbers out here going to Hyde Park, right by Marist College up on Route 9. House of Barbers HV on Instagram. Go ahead and make your appointment. He's going to be opened up August 19th is the official open date, so you can hit the store up. You could do walk-ins and all that, but I know Sal's going to be busy. And then you got Allcrete Concrete Placement. All your concrete needs, please hit up Allcrete Concrete Placement. Got the numbers on the screen. You already know what it is. If you need more information, just hit me up. I'll get you everything you need. But House of Barbers and Allcrete, you can find them on Facebook, internet, Google them, the whole nine. They all there. Anyway, all right, shout out to them.
Shout out to Lil Meech from BMF for not coming to Jay-Z's again. Second time he stood them up. Yeah, I mean, crazy. And now he on Instagram. Night? Yeah, now he on Instagram getting dumped by Summer Walker, and a fan posted a Ring video of him going to some shorty crib, cheating on Summer. In the apartment building, and he talked about something. It was my cousin. I was helping to bring groceries in. You know what I'm saying?
In Middletown,
he looked bad out here. He's supposed to be in Middletown, bro, doing a little show. He was out sliding with the joint in the apartment building. Yeah,
he might have. You know, they're good people over at Jay-Z's, Meech. You know what I mean? Them good people's over there. You shouldn't do things like that. What up? Y'all hear about the bonus Taylor Swift gave out to all the truck drivers that move all the equipment for her concert and tours? I did not hear about that. But it doesn't surprise me. I've heard things about Taylor Swift being super, super like aware of herself and the luxuries and benefits that she has afforded to her, and that she's really down to earth and that she likes to take care of the people around her. I've heard that several times already, so that don't surprise me. Have you heard that too? That she's like real humble type of chick? Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah. They each got 100K as a thank you for delivering every time. Yeah, man. Nah, shout out to Taylor Swift, man. She's not bad business. It's like, you know, it's like some famous people you could tell are like pieces of shit. You know what I mean? Taylor Swift does not give me that energy. If I found that out about her, I would be very surprised. She seems super down to earth. And you gotta love somebody who's aware of self, you know what I mean, and what she is and what she brings to the table, her influence. Like she cares about all that. So salute to her, and I wish there was more like that. I wish more people were like that, because you don't have to give 100K. You could give $100. You know what I'm saying? You could just say the right words, and that's enough. You know what I mean? So that was bars right there. Yeah, man, that's dope though. Anyway, top tiers. When we talk about the top 50 lists, we talk about this list right here, Black. And this is a list comprised of the most successful hip hop artists that did it solo.
So I'm gonna ask this question right now. Why are you using different terminology? Who got to you? I'm not. This is the greatest 50 hip hop artists of all time.
Mm-hmm.
That can mean what you think it needs to mean, but this is our top 50 list.
Yeah.
I don't want to use a quantifier as most successful as if that somehow is a push against motherfuckers who ain't do shit when they had to rock. We can, if you want to have that list and do that conversation, I'm here for it, bro. I'm not finna hedge my list like it ain't like I'm not standing on what we doing right here. We've been doing this for 4 months. I stand on what we doing.
Yeah, no, I'm good with it. I'm not really changing anything. That's just what it is. The greatest to me is, I think, you know, you got the rock. What did you do with it?
Right.
You know what I mean?
That makes you the greatest, does it not?
Yeah, absolutely.
Once again, Earl the Goat Manigo, is he the greatest dunker of all time? No, because he ain't do it in the league. We ain't see you halftime of the All-Star game. We ain't see that.
Right.
So like, you know what I'm saying?
You mentioned
intro, bro.
No, my intro's done. We split it up into 5 tiers. We're about 3/5 of the way through.
Facts.
And we putting it together, man. We got 1 slot left in tier 1 because it's all filled up for everybody in MP3 and streaming land. You know what I'm saying? We got 1 slot left in tier 1, but in tier 2, we have a young man who's named Tupac Shakur sitting in tier 2, and Black at the end of last week's show made the argument that he should be in tier 1 because he has 4 consecutive what was it? Double platinum releases?
Platinum. He had 2 that were multi-platinum and 2 that were just platinum.
There you go. So 4 in a row, right off rip. Boom, 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 boom.
Facts.
2
of those are probably classics.
But you mentioned something right before the start of this that was a name that we didn't come up with.
This name is not above Tupac. And it's one category that keeps that person from, to me, bumping somebody like Pac from tier 1. So here's what before I talk about who I got in the bag, because I think people gonna hate the name, but like you gotta respect the game. How did you feel about the Tupac argument from last week when we talked about just taking his pre-death work, the 4 albums, 2 classics, 10 top 20 records, which is phenomenal for a career already. To you, was that not enough to move him to tier 1? It's okay if it wasn't.
He also has a Diamond album.
Got a Diamond, yeah.
So when you say 2 classics, which one are you saying? Which 2 are you saying?
Seriously?
I want to know.
All Eyes on Me. Right?
And Me Against the World.
And Me Against the World.
Is that where you're going with it? So let me ask you.
All Eyes on Me is guaranteed a classic to everybody, right? Like that. That's not misunderstood. Okay. Me Against the World can be up and down for people, and I'm okay with that. That's why I said, I mean, he might got 2. He definitely got 1.
I think just having a Diamond album is, there's not very many of those. And there's one thing also that we might need to mention for all you Eminem doubters out there. That boy's the only boy who got 2 of them things on there. He's the only one. There's only 7 times that 7 artists, and there's only one of them that's done it twice.
What's crazy is if we was doing groups on this list, it'd be a whole other group of unseasoned people on this list who got that Diamond album. Them Beastie Boys. Licensed to Ill. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
So, having said that, right, because when it comes to groups, they would be a definite.
They'd be up there.
Yeah, they'd be up there pretty good. So, yeah, so I'm not mad at moving. If you move Pac over, because he's not the only one in tier 2 that has a Diamond album, though.
No.
Because Biggie has one.
Biggie's was posthumous. So sure, he got it after the fact. He didn't get it in his lifespan, but yes.
But he's one of the artists that has one.
Well, so does 50 Cent though. Like that's not enough to just move you a whole tier, is it? Or is that what you're saying?
No. I'm saying, but I'm talking about just U.S. sales though. I think
50 got a Diamond album.
Worldwide.
50 got a Diamond album
worldwide.
He RIAA certified. If it's not the U.S., they tell you that. 50 has one in America.
So listen to me. This is what I'm saying.
Go for it.
Tupac being in tier 1, it makes sense because I think people put him there anyway, just because of nostalgia and just because Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas, and like those names always come up. His impact is undeniable. So when I look at it, right, does he trump everybody in tier 2 with impact?
Pac, nah, and right? I think Nicki Minaj's impact is bigger than Pac's at this point of her career. Once again, it may be a little unfair, but her being a female is part of why her impact is so huge.
It is.
And what that means for the culture, and you have to accept it for what it is. And the game ain't fair. So in that note, no, I think she's been more impactful for the slew of girls who grew up as teenagers listening to her in 2010 to 2015 who are now running hip hop. Like all those girls come from I listened to Nicki when I was in high school and now I'm outside. Yeah, way more impactful.
To answer the question from Shot, Pac was Diamond when he was alive. Yeah, because All Eyes on Me is his second album, right?
It is. I thought he was 4 times platinum when it came out, and it reached like Diamond status like 5 years later. like before 2000, I believe. And yeah, you could say that's because of his death. I think that's why. I think it was 4 times.
Right. No, I'm confusing the terminology. He was definitely platinum while he was alive. I don't think he was diamond while he was alive.
No, that came after the fact.
Yeah.
But so no one was done. One person that was diamond when they were alive on this list is Eminem. I'm sorry, I mean, I say it that way. And 50 Cent, technically, if you want to look at it like that. But I mean, in the span of when that album was percolating and not 20 years later because of streams, it's Eminem. Eminem was diamond 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So yeah, that I think that's the real answer to you, Shad, is no. He was not diamond while he was alive. He was platinum while he was alive.
Yeah, I think it was 4 times platinum. The certification window for RIAA, I think, how it used to be with sales is like the first 18 months is when they all like coalesce and they give you that number, and everything else is like a trickle effect. Because if you look at it this way, I think Michael Jackson's like 35 times platinum at this point, but like in that window, he was like 6 times platinum. Like that's the window. It's like that album drops in the first year, whatever the reason why they chose that time frame. It is what it is. This is how many you got off, because in theory, you're gonna continue to get numbers until the end of time. In theory. So that it's the window.
Right. The reason why we brought it up, Shad, was because last week we were talking about moving Tupac from tier 2 to tier 1. So we're just going through the different attributes to his career to figure out, like, do we need to move him or is he in the right company? You know, and like the more we're talking, I feel like he might be in the right company. But like, I don't know. If you move Tupac to tier 1, does he still feel like he's in the right company?
I hear what you're saying. Shai, when we talked about Big, we didn't bring up Big having a diamond album during the conversation because we already between us agreed that we're talking about the time frame of when the album dropped and like those preceding years, right? So you give a few years. So I believe Big went diamond like 15 years later. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't what we're talking about for this conversation. And it's not like a hard and fast rule. It's a feel thing. You know what I mean? Pac went diamond and within like 5 years of that album releasing. That's pretty nuts. Going diamond 20 years later ain't really what we talking about. Because a lot of niggas have done that. Like Jay-Z got a diamond album then. You know what I'm saying? And like
he doesn't though.
You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean?
Doesn't
like,
but he doesn't though. That's crazy.
He does. I'm saying he's going to. He's going to have a diamond album.
He's right, and so is Drake, but neither one of them do right now. That's crazy.
Correct. So we talk about that short time frame, that not like 20 years later type of shit.
Yeah. So your
point is that Tupac feels right in tier 2 to you. Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying he seems like he's in the right company. To me it feels right.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I feel like the people in tier 1 experienced a different level of success with this music thing.
That's fair. He said it seems like different rules for different people by preference. If that's how you taking it, bro, that's on you. That ain't what we trying to do here.
It applies to everybody.
I lean Biggie. I'm not really a Pac fan personally. This conversation came up when we put niggas on the list, like the first dozen, right? Based off of just gut. Just there's nothing to talk about. They should be in the list. Tupac was one of those people on the list. So when I was going back to look at some of those people who was in their numbers to make sure that we felt good about where they were, the Pac conversation came up because I didn't realize he had did as much work while he was alive. I thought that most of it came after he died. And the reality is he had 4 albums before he died, and 2 of them was multi-platinum. All 4 went platinum. He had 10 top 20s while he was alive. That's a great big body of work. That's on par with a lot of people in that list, that tier 2, bottom of tier 1 list, at least for me. So that's why the conversation came up. But if I was talking about preference, I prefer Biggie. I didn't really listen to Pac as a New York nigga. Like I just didn't. I went back and got Pac in 99, 2000, 2001. I'm not listening to shit like In the Time and you know what I mean? The big records, California Love, shit like that. But I wasn't, I'm sorry, it's some of those records too, but I wasn't a Pac fan when he was alive. I was a Biggie fan. And I recognize that I'm biased towards Biggie. So this conversation has never been that.
Missy Elliott could be in tier 2, he just saying.
It's a good thing you got your own show. Make your own list. If you think she's tier 2, then put it there. That's the great part about the internet, though, right? If you think she's tier 2, put it there. But my list ain't invalid because you don't agree with somebody's placement. You heard? That's the point I'm making. My list remains valid because we actually sit here and put an effort into how we get into these conclusions. Right, wrong, or indifferent. This don't make us right, Gabe? This don't mean that we God, but like there's effort being put into the list. It's not just I'm a fan of this artist. That's a whole fact.
Do we I can hear what he's saying when he's saying he could see Missy Elliott in tier 2. I could entertain that discussion. It's just that what put her there was
impact.
The influence. Yeah. The influence is what, because like the point that put it over the top for me when we were talking about everything, just to validate it for you, Shah, was that when Black brought up, we had like a 10-minute discussion about it. And then at the end, he's like, yo, but think about the videos and like the way videos changed, like after Missy came. And it like, oh, you're right.
Fact.
You know,
we talked about that. Most niggas on their list don't talk about the shit we talk about with some of these candidates. We talk Missy's video game changed shit. If you don't think she put Hype Williams on the map, you're crazy. Like his run, Missy was like the fucking kindling for his run. You understand? Yeah, he did More Money, More Problems. He did Hypnotize, you know what I mean? But like
One More Chance remix.
Correct. They did Missy changed fucking videos. You know what I mean? She did that. And Busta took him since the outer space. Yeah.
Yeah, he did. His videos were crazy. But now we always good, Shy. We always good. It's never that. I had a topic written down here. We could talk about that next week, talking about cost of living. That's a whole show.
Listen, we should do a special episode about cost of living and how broke we really are.
Straight up. So all right, so are we making a decision here?
Bro, if we don't both agree, then he don't move.
But I'm asking
that's what it is. Nah, because I felt like I was leaning that way, and you made a good point that you said your gut is telling you to just look at the names and stand on it. Say it with your chest. Okay. If you think he sits there, then that's where he fucking sits. The list ain't over. Somebody may still move, but I'm okay with this. If it ain't screaming move to you, then it ain't moving.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So with that said, I respect it. What's the name that you got in your pocket, brother? Because we have names that we have written down too.
I know, bro, but like doing this research, I had to really go get in my Dean. You ready for this, bro? You ready? Pitbull.
As a rapper? Yep.
See, I knew you was gonna say that. Yes.
But he's as pop, a rapper, though. To me, he's pop.
Hold up. Don't do that. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I was on the fence at first. I wasn't gonna bring him up. Don't do that. We don't knock Nicki for her pop success, and she got straight pop records.
Yeah, but he is top 40, like pop.
I don't know what that means because pop means popular. Pop is not a genre. We know this. We know this already. Pitbull is a rapper. He's a rapper who makes songs that go pop. They chart on pop records. They absolutely do. They chart and they go pop and they go really big. But pop means pop music, popular music, popular music. It's not a genre. He's a rapper.
If you look him up in your little special device,
I did. He's got albums under hip hop. He's got albums under urban Latino, and he's got albums under pop. I did look.
So he's categorizing all three.
He's categorizing all three. Yes.
What are the comments thing about Pitbull? This is ridiculous.
Here's the thing, though. Check me out. When we were talking about Nori, if Nori would have had 5 platinum singles in his reggaeton shit, wouldn't he still have been on this list?
Probably.
Yep, he would have. We don't get to pick and choose because they got crossover appeal. Like that's how I look at it. Like Eminem is rapping, right? But is his core fan base us? Probably not. Is Missy Elliott not pop? She is. Missy Elliott is not a hardcore rapper. She fucking pop. Nelly is pop. He started rapping just like Pitbull did, and he went pop.
I need y'all in the comments. Who's Facebook user today? Who's Facebook user today? Shout out to everybody.
I don't even know. Am I wrong in my summation? Is Will Smith not pop? Like, I don't understand the difference. I think pop to me means you not hardcore rap. I wouldn't put him in a battle. But he's hip hop. No matter how you look at it, it's just a different type of hip hop. And if that's the case, all these niggas singing right now can't be rap, but they're all considered rap.
Is Travis Scott
a rapper?
Is Travis Scott rap? Travis Scott.
That's a great question. That nigga sing all half the time. What is he? I'm saying you can't downplay somebody. Like, all right, how about this? Machine Gun Kelly is the biggest rock artist on the planet right now, which is crazy to say, but he a rapper. Like his first 3 albums are just rap albums. His first 4 are just rap albums. He's categorized as a rap artist, and he's got the last 2 biggest rock albums out on the planet, singing and playing guitar with rapping songs mixed into his album with rap features.
Who agrees with Black? They even spelled it right, so it's got to be somebody cool. So, man, that's a tough one.
It ain't to me. I thought it was, but it ain't. I'm not gonna shit at him because he went Spanish rap, because he went urban Latino. When he started out, he was a 30. I'm from the 30, Mr. 305, rapping like Miami bass rap. That's all he was doing. A regular rapper who happened to be tan, and he found a way to cross over. Matter of fact, I look at him and I look at Flo Rida the same. Flo Rida's a rapper, bro. Doesn't matter that all his success is in pop. He just rapping over up-tempo beats. He raps.
I didn't consider Pitbull for this discussion. You know, but I mean, if he's in the discussion, he's on the list very high.
He's super high. When I looked at his numbers and realized
he might have outsold almost everybody on here. I mean, there's only a handful.
5 million records sold. He has 6 multi-platinum albums. 3 of those are considered hip-hop, by the way.
How many times Pitbull was in anybody's rap category with awards and all that?
I don't know what you want me to say about it. You may not consider him rap. I mean, I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like,
his numbers are crazy. No, his numbers are not. They're ridiculous.
They're fucking like nuts. They're nuts, bro.
Yo, his numbers are crazy.
So numbers are crazy. I wanted to bring him up to have the discussion because not only has that man done work, let's talk about the line of delineation. So you agree that Pitbull started as a straight rapper? Because when his first 2 albums, he was just, I'm a rapper. I wasn't reggaeton. I wasn't Spanish. I just rap. I happened to be Latino. And then he started morphing and trying to find a lane because that rap shit wasn't really working. Hardcore rap wasn't working for Pitbull. And he started blending, using Spanish, doing reggaeton, still fucking with rap, and using more up-tempo beats. He did that. All right, bet. And now he's a full-fledged pop star. But guess what? So is Drake. Like, Drake raps, but Drake is a fucking pop star. He's the epitome of what a pop star is. Am I wrong? No, you're there. Popular. He crosses over. He is what he is. So, like, I don't knock him for finding success outside of traditional core hip hop. If he was simply singing, I would agree with you and say, nope, Pitbull is a singer now, and he's not hip hop. But Pitbull, over all these up-tempo EDM beats, is rapping still. So how can you not count that when he's literally doing spoken word, not auto-tune?
That's so crazy. That's so crazy to think about. And not just me, like Grammys, Billboards, BET, American Music Awards.
I don't disagree with you, bro. Sean, I don't disagree with what you're saying, but do you hear what I'm saying? Just because you don't consider him core hip-hop to me, shouldn't take him out of consideration for what we're talking about. Once again, we don't knock other artists for finding success outside of their core demo. Do we? Do we, Gabe? Have we done that? Did we knock Drake for being crossover? Did we knock Missy for being a pop artist? Did we knock Will Smith for being a pop? Will Smith is a pop artist, y'all. Nobody said he shouldn't be on this list. He's a pop artist.
That's such a curveball, bro.
I know, bro. Just tell me if somebody tells me you're black, you wrong. I'll shut the fuck up. Ain't Drake pop? Ain't Will? How about this? Nobody else. Is Will Smith pop or not? Gabe, is Will Smith pop?
Yeah.
Is he also a rapper?
He is, but like I feel like Will Smith had a classic or damn near classic. To me, it's a classic, but like he had an album, 2-3 albums just straight rapping.
So did Pitbull.
Once
again, Pitbull,
but that were successful though. No, but he crossed over because he wasn't successful at it.
Yeah, he wasn't doing numbers, but he got a platinum rap album.
Will Smith is my
point. So that makes him more solid because he had a platinum album. So does Pitbull. Got a platinum rap album. What are we saying? We gonna move the bar, or it got to be 3 times platinum?
The parents just to understand album is what I'm talking about.
Sure.
Right.
I'm listening, bro. I think Bow Wow's first 3 albums not rap because he was a kid talking about puppy love.
Yeah, he was rapping on there though.
Okay.
He was in the rap category. To Shad's point,
sure.
Will won the top first rap Grammy. Yeah, no,
that makes him more hip hop. Is that what you?
It makes Will more hip hop than Pitbull.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It does.
So is Pitbull a rapper? Let me ask you this once again. Not what genre he's defined as today. Is he a rapper? Does Pitbull rap on his records?
Yes.
I rest my case.
I know. That's the part. But it's fucked up though.
But I'm asking you, what does Little Baby and them do?
Right.
What does Lil Durk and them do?
Right.
If they're singing, then all these niggas is R&B, and this conversation can stop right now.
Right.
Pitbull raps.
It's such a
20 years he's been rapping.
Mind-blowing curveball you throw at a brother.
How about this? Is Flo Rida rap? Because he don't sing at all. Is Flo Rida rap? He corny. Is he a rapper?
Welcome to my house.
Yeah, he rapping. The verses is rap. He's rapping.
Yeah, no, he's rapping. Flo Rida's a rapper. Yeah,
he's a rapper. Who's corny as fuck. He's a rapper. So you're gonna invalidate him because that song is crossover?
When and who considered Pitbull for any rap award?
That ain't what this is about. I would never put him up for a rap award. He would never win Rap Album of the Year. That ain't what the conversation is. Is the conversation who got the best rap album? I asked a simple question. Yo, Shai, why can't you answer me? Does Pitbull rap on his records? Yes or no, bro? Because if he's rapping, literally by any definition, he's a fucking rapper.
But
Pitbull don't sing, he rap.
No matter what adjectives or descriptive words we want to put in front of what we're saying, whether we say most successful or greatest, we have been saying greatest hip hop artist.
Yeah, so he's not hip hop.
So that's the angle that I think most people are going to argue from. Because
so then explain to me why he's not hip hop. Give me what about him makes him not hip hop. Is it a different language? Because he raps in English still.
No, because you could rap in Spanish and still be a rapper.
Cool. So what makes him not hip hop? Tell me. Because you're about to invalidate a whole lot of shit if you say what I think you're finna say. Tell me what makes him not hip hop.
Just the fact that he doesn't come out and tout and like
nope.
He's not out here like riding for hip hop. You don't see him like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's not doing that.
So because he doesn't stand. So if I'm a black man, if I'm Jay-Z, if I'm Michael Jordan, and I just want to shut up and play basketball, I'm not a black man because I want to talk about the things that are affecting my people. I'm not black because I don't fight for black causes. I'm not talking about the culture. That makes me not black.
How about this? Yeah. This is a great discussion. So can we look up right quick? Can we look up what awards he's actually won and been nominated for?
Hold up, I'm fine. I'll bring it up so I can do that for you. I want to ask how come somebody who raps is not considered hip hop? Why can't nobody give me a straight answer?
I think that it's the style of music, bro. That's what it comes down to.
The beats, the instrumentals,
the beats, the fact that it's more up tempo dance flow. Like we're not gonna put dance DJ stuff in this category, right? Those things they go.
Did you not hear
Missy's
back half of her career, which is just that these funkadelic dance records?
Yeah,
I don't. What the hell? Nelly just started singing and crooning and then did country for 2 albums. Like, I don't. What are we talking about?
Because my point is this: is just that Pitbull started out trying to rap. It didn't go nowhere.
He didn't stop rapping though.
But then he changed what he was rapping on, right?
Sure. How does that change the rap?
change the demographic that he was aiming it at?
Oh, that's crazy. So if your demo is white, you're not hip hop. That's what you're
No,
saying. When white people are the biggest consumers of hip hop on the planet.
You don't even have to go white. I was gonna go. You go even more age. You know, I think he aimed a little younger. He aimed at like the people who could go out and actually do stuff. So like 18 to 21 was where he was like, let me try to focus on these people, you know, and I think that he did that successfully.
So if you're 18 to 21, you can't be a hip hop. You're not part of the hip hop demo. You're too young to be considered hip hop.
I'm not saying you're too young to be part of hip hop.
Why does that matter?
I'm just saying he wanted to hit the broadest audience he could, so he changed it up.
So did Drake.
But he's still actually rapping.
So does Pitbull. Pitbull actually raps every album.
But bro, he's not
have this conversation if y'all gonna move the post all over the field. Pitbull raps every album. The beats got nothing to do with him rapping songs. He's talking.
So let me ask you this. When you think so right now, you could even use right now current information 2 years, right?
I love this conversation.
I say to you, yo, Pitbull's a rapper, and you're gonna say what?
Yeah, he is. He's a rapper that has successfully transitioned, right?
To what?
Into a pop star.
Okay, so
that's not a different genre to me though, bro. Like Drake is a pop star and he's fucking rap. And he sings, and he does Jamaican in rhythm. He does whatever the fuck he wants to do when it suits him. I don't get how you have to be pigeonholed in a certain type of sounding music to be considered hip hop. That to me is weird, bro.
So
LL Cool J music does not sound like Kanye West music. Are they even similar?
But that's just straight hip hop, though.
I don't know what the word straight means. It's just different types of hip hop. Once again, if you take it out of these legend people we're talking about, and you talk about the newer kids, yo, is Juice WRLD hip hop? Because he don't rap at all. Juice WRLD ain't rapped a lick. He just sings.
So why is he?
Hold on, is Don Toliver hip hop?
But who's considering Juice WRLD a rapper though? You?
Everybody does. His albums are sold on the rap. People consider him a rapper. Don Toliver is a rapper. These niggas sing.
We know they're just singers though.
But I don't know what that means today. They're not R&B. You're considered rap.
I don't know.
Sorry, you feel this way, and you don't like Mr. Dale being on his list. But what I want to understand is, you can tell me that you don't like it. You don't think it's true hip hop. You don't think he has done enough in the community and the culture. I'm cool with all that. What you can't tell me is that Pitbull don't actually rap on records, and he raps more than the other niggas out today who are rappers. He's rapped for 20 years. So yeah, I think it's bullshit to invalidate him because his beats is too up tempo. Find a better reason to invalidate him. Listen,
so when you Google Pitbull, right?
Yeah, talk about it.
And the result says Pitbull artist, Pitbull - American rapper.
That's what he is. That's literally what the fuck. The funny part is, I thought this conversation would get spicy. That nigga's a rapper. I don't know why people trying to shit on him. I didn't think about him because he is so pop right now. I'm never saying turn on that Pitbull, let it rock, right? But it ain't like Timber only went number 1 on the pop charts.
Mm.
Like he was on the hip hop charts too.
Mm.
I'm sorry if that pisses you off.
Mm. So
what do you want me to tell you? Yeah, talk about it. Talk about it, Gabe.
2 minutes. You've made an argument. It's compelling. You got a minute and a half. Mm-hmm. Tell me where he's going on the list and if he is going on the list. He's thinking about it.
No, I'm looking at numbers.
He's looking at more ammo.
Yeah, that listen, bro. I get it.
You sound different now. What happened? Something happened.
I get why this is divisive.
No, you sound different, literally.
I don't even know. Can y'all hear me? If something changed, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Testing, 1 2. Different?
I don't know. Does he sound okay to y'all? Maybe it's just me. I don't want it to be just me. Hold up. Hey.
Better? Worse? Better?
Nah. Maybe it's me. Keep talking. The people will let us know. We only got a minute anyway.
1 2 1 2. It might be, bro. It might be me because I'm not hearing myself loud either.
And where did you go? You thought we were gone out in streaming land. We are still here. What we talking about? The podcast every Tuesday and on every streaming platform you can think of, including Blaze 'em Up Radio. You know what I'm saying? Something happened to Black. We're gonna be back next week and we're gonna summarize. Sorta same kind of ish though.
All right. Well, we're gonna finish the show and I can fix this shit later.
Yeah.
What were you saying though?
I was just asking you, is Pitbull consideration for the list and where for you?
Listen, I feel like he is. I feel like it's disingenuous to try to pick apart why he's not because of his success in genres other than just hip hop. Actually, just came back for some reason.
Yeah,
that's the only point I was making, and I thought it would be divisive. I thought it'd be spicy, so I'm okay with that. I thought it'd be spicy though. Mm-hmm. So, Gabe, do you think he needs to be on the list? Considering my point, my argument is that he raps. If he would have stopped rapping in 2010 and just started singing, I would agree. But he just raps over up-tempo beats. And I've never heard somebody say, if you use a beat that don't sound like traditional hip-hop, you're no longer a rapper. I've never heard that. That means everybody who does a feature on a pop record is now a pop artist. That doesn't make sense to me.
I mean,
the word pop ain't a genre.
The music that you put your lyrics to can change the genre that you're in. If I spit my lyrics to, you know, some drums and electric guitar, I might not end up in the hip hop joint. You know what I'm saying? If I spit same exact lyrics over drums and you know some 808s and a bass line, I'm gonna end up in the hip hop thing. You know what I'm saying? So it is the music that dictates where you end up on the list and what category you're in. It really has a lot to do with that, actually, if you really think about it.
I hear you.
You know, so this is something we're gonna have to recap next week because we can't do this. This too good of a conversation. You threw too much of a curveball, my brother.
Do you think he should be on this list?
I think the argument you make is compelling enough to further this discussion. I want to sit on what I just said and see if I could come with a good enough argument that would keep him out. Otherwise, I think because like I say, if he ends up on the list, he ends up in like tier 1 or 2 because
he's high as fuck.
He influenced the whole genre. He's like Mr. Party himself. He represents Miami. Like no matter where he goes, they think Miami and freaking Cuba. You know what I mean? So it's like
305.
Yeah, man. You know, so like
I just think I don't know how you can exclude him unless you're saying he's not a rapper. And like no one's ever said he's not a rapper.
Right.
He's always been a rapper. How do we just change it now because he sings Spanish or he does reggaeton rap or he did a song with Kesha called Timber? Like, how does that invalidate everything else you've done? That to me is weird. I'd feel better if you said, well, he makes a lot of EDM songs now and only does rap sometimes. Like, I bet that he ain't on the list. But that's not what happened. He just raps over all types of beats. He's not pigeonholed. Go listen to his albums.
No, I know. It's a great. I am definitely with the masses on this one. That's like, what are you talking about? Because it's such like a curveball. Because like,
I feel weird having to defend him, bro. I do.
You know, it's interesting. It's very, very interesting. And kudos to you for bringing that one up just for the sake of conversation. And I always say we have the best conversation on the internet, and we proved that today once again. Black man, always a pleasure. It's the What We Talking About podcast every Tuesday live on Facebook and YouTube, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you check us out one time, and then you can hear us all across the globe. Shout out to the Village Global Network, Cuzzo FM, Tattoo Shop Radio, Culture Shock Radio, and Cuzzo FM. Right? Did I say them all?
Yeah, you got them. Cuzzo, Culture Shock, Village Global Network. Our sponsors, shout out to them.
Yeah. Zeno.fm.
Yeah, Zeno. I always forget them. Zeno.fm. My bad. Am I here next week?
Yes. It's the following week that you're not with me.
Okay. We gotta put a bow. Yo, Shad, I need you to come back too, homie, because I need an opposing voice. Like you are the Skip Bayless to my name. Gabe is more like a Molly Quorum. Gabe is the moderate. I need an opposing voice. Here's what I'm saying. I was looking at numbers and he popped up, and I know he's an outlier and I know he's going to be divisive, but I want to talk about what makes hip hop, not from the stance of I feel so passionately about Pitbull on this list. I just think it's interesting to see where we draw the line.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's interesting to see how what we want influences what we think this list should look like. I think he would feel like if you say Pitbull is on this list and it somehow invalidates the names he's around, when in reality, the only criteria to being a rapper is rapping over a beat, like spoken word and repetitive nature, without trying to keep a melody. Right? Isn't that just what rap is? Doing it, talking on beat with a repetitive kind of cadence to it. Like that's literally the only component I knew existed. Because you could acapella rap, you could freestyle rap, as long as you had AB or AAB or BB or ABCD, ABC, some kind of scheme to it, and you tried to maintain a tempo that was consistent. That's all that you needed to do would be a rapper, and that's what he does. So I think it's interesting. I know we went a little bit long, but I think I need a resolution.
I got alternative music on line 1. I got heavy metal on line 2.
Sure.
And they're all gonna tell you what we don't spit our lyrics melodically over what we got going on. So are we rappers because we're doing?
Yeah, but you know that's not the nature of what Pitbull was doing. He wasn't using rock beat. He just rapped, and the beats got more and more popular.
Just a little food for thought, brother. For
he
next
started
week,
off just completely straight rap. By the way, I don't think of Linkin Park as a rock group. They're a rap group who use more guitars and shit in their shit. Like I think if you listen to music, you would consider the same. Their frontman was a rapper who happened to be in a rock group. That's Linkin Park. They're a rock group that fucking is a rap group. Like, tell me how they're not.
Linkin Park. They showed up at enough hip hop shows. I'll tell you that. Black, be well, brother. I want everybody out there in internet land to be good, be well, get better, do better, get it while you can. And I saw something cool today. Somebody wrote, just tell all the people that you love them today, right? I think Black has that sentiment sometimes too, right? But
bro.
Yeah, I think it's important, and just let today be that one special moment that you just reach out to somebody and text them and tell them, yo, I was thinking about you. You know what I'm saying? Hope everything's cool.
Yo, Jay, Pitbull versus Trick featuring Trick Daddy, Melting Pot. Doesn't count because Pitbull does more up-tempo songs today. So that's not a rap song. Doesn't matter that him and Tricky was rapping. That don't count. He's not a hip-hop artist. He's a pop artist, even though Wikipedia tells you he's a rapper. He tells you he's a rapper. He raps on records. He doesn't sing. But he not hip-hop enough because he ain't black, I guess. I guess we got to leave Fat Joe and every other Spanish nigga off this list.
Here we go.
Now it's a black
and Puerto Rican thing now.
LL Cool J ain't rapped in 30 years. LL Cool J turned into a singer in 92.
I'm about to just cut it off on him.
You feel me? So, like, I guess we're going to invalidate a lot of you motherfuckers up here on this list. Missy Elliott, definitely a pop artist. She don't belong to be on this list. Will Smith was soft as cotton nail, so he definitely can't be hip-hop.
He's agreeing with you, Jay, just so you know. If you didn't catch the sarcasm in this dude's voice.
Hey, come on, bro. I was being sarcastic, man. I'm on your side, dog. I love you, brother. Good conversation. You got a show tomorrow. Feel free to invite me. Can I get my 5 minutes on your show? We can talk it out.
Yo, y'all be good. Everybody out there, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back next week. You already know. Peace.